Okay, so this is Skyrim weapon tutorial, and let's get started. First, I like to start out with the handle. I don't know why, it's just where I like to start. So we're gonna have a cylinder. It doesn't really matter how many sides you have, as long as you don't have too little. If that's even a word, the way you say it. You want to get rid of the height segments because you don't need those. We're gonna convert this to editable poly, and make sure you have angle snap on, and rotate it 90 degrees so it is flat. Okay. So now we're going to move this into place over our iron dagger ref here from Morrowind. Just want to move it so that it's pretty much an exact spot. Obviously, because there's some quirks with these old models, you don't need to have it exactly where it is, because I found that some of the models seem to be almost like they were bent in some ways. So I'm going to push this face all the way back to the edge here, so it lines up there. Okay, so I'm going to go out of polygon mode, and I'm just going to go and take the scale tool and right in the center here, so it's uniform. I'm going to scale it down so it fits, just fits relatively. Obviously, because this has less, the ref has less faces, I can't make it exact, but just make it so that it seems to fit the same size. Obviously, I'm going to have to move that face back again. So, because this is not a completely symmetrical object in terms of scale, we're going to take this on the X scale and we're going to scale it out till it about fits the bounds of it. Move this face over here back to where, about right here. Just making sure everything lines up. Now we're going to take the extrude, which is down here under edit polygons. I'm going to hit the settings here. I'm going to set the height. It's on group. So about where the handle stops, which is right here. About right there. You can always edit it with the move tool if it's not right. I'm going to take this scale tool and do it uniformly and scale it down. So that's pretty much the overall shape of it right now. It's just a simple shape right now. Gotta stop that. We're going to go into element mode. This is just so, for the way it looks right now. I'm just going to go into polygon smoothing groups, clear it, then hit auto smooth. This just gets rid of those the flat shaded polygons there. Move back out of that mode. I'm just gonna hit M, bring the material editor, put this base material I've made. It's just the normal gray with a little specular added to it. It helps to see smoothing and things like that. Okay. So I think we can keep the pivot where it is. Maybe. I mean, actually, I think I'll move it to the center, because the pivot is actually important when you export this. That's where that's where its 0 will be when you make it into a NIF. Okay. So now let's press, I think it's Control X. No, that's expert mode. Alt X to hit X-ray. And we're gonna try look and find some of these details here. Like this iron piece over here and here. I'm going to go into edge mode. Well, I'm going to go and edit on the graphite modeling tools. Go to Swift Loop. We're going to add loops wherever these like almost iron cuff things are. you can always move them if you need to. But if you want to move it, you can just select one edge, then go to loop, and it'll select the entire looped edge. Okay, so we got that. Later on, we'll be adding things like these screws or nails or whatever you would call these. I don't know. But now we're gonna select these faces. And we're gonna hit Alt R to select the ring. Unselect those, and then we're gonna go and hit extrude. Extrude this out, not in. Hit local normal and extrude it out. I don't know, a little bit, not too much. You don't want to be too thick. Maybe like that. And it's applied it to both of these. So now I'm going to go back and select those. I just hit Control Z to undo my end selection. We'll go over to scale. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but I'm going to hit on the Y and scale them in like this. So now I have these cuff kind of things here. Okay. So I think that's pretty much all we need to do with the handle. This is pretty low poly, so I'm actually going to go in here and go into configure, statistics, and I'm going to go to triangle count selection, hit OK. Then I'm going to go over here and show statistics. So this is 146 polys or 320 triangles. So this is our low poly handle. I'm going to change that. So this will be handle low. Okay. So, damn it, sorry. Alt X out of X-ray. Just gonna change this to black. I don't like how it does that and adds some random color. Now, what should I do next? We're gonna, I guess we'll do this, the guard. This is the guard of the dagger. The way I do this is I'm gonna go to the top. And yes, I'm working in perspective mode. I vary, it depends on what I'm doing. I'm just gonna create a box here. The shape or size doesn't really matter right now. And I'm going to convert this to editable poly. Go at polygon selection. I'm just going to go, I'm going to drag these down so it that hits right there. Do the same for this top one. I'm going to go over here in edge selection. Drag this edge out so it matches that one. I'm going to go over here and move so it lines up right there. Because a lot of this is just lining it up and finding the right. I mean, some might say you could just take the original model, weld some things, and add some more detail, but I like to work from scratch. It allows me to control the edge flow. Okay, so now that's pretty much fitting there. Just move this so it lines up. And I'm only going to model half of it, and then I'm going to use a symmetry modifier so that it will match on both sides. Okay, I'm actually going to go in here. I'm going to hide our handle. Okay, no, not that. Hide. I'm going to hide this one too. Okay. So I'm just going to go in here and make sure this matches up correctly. adding more, more polygons and edges to this, so it looks so it's more detailed and has a better shape to it. For right now, we're just matching things up. Okay. So for for symmetry to work, I have to delete this face here. That's going to be the between them. So now I'm going to go up here to the modifier list, go down to symmetry. I mean, it's not correct right now, but okay. So, see, it's on the x-axis. So yeah, it should be like that. Just move it out so it lines up correctly. Okay. So make sure that slice along mirror and weld seam are on. Now let's go down just to here and make sure show end result is on. Now we're going to model the rest of this. Okay, so you can use extrude tool again, go to settings. We're going to move this so it lines up with this face right here. Move it back a little bit maybe. And then we can use the scale tool on the z-axis to line that up. And then we can use it on the y-axis. Move that back. Looks like that edge isn't matching up. Move that edge in there. And then do that again. Okay, so we're going to extrude that. I probably should, make this X-ray, but just, I guess, if you can't see it, just move it up so you can see it. Looks like you got a better view from the side here. Since this edge right here is going to be difficult to see, I'll move it out. So it lines up there. Granted, everything doesn't have to match up perfectly, but it's still good to make everything line up at least pretty well. Move that down. Move this edge down. And move the face farther out. Just line up right there. Okay. Make sure this lines up. And as you can see, it's applying it to the other side too. I'm going to do another extrude. Okay, go back up here, extrude. I'm just going to do that so that I can see it easier. Sometimes it's easier to just